Oh, it is so hot today. Oh, apologies for the sweaty mess that is me right now, but it's just very, very hot today in Leicester. But a big hello, welcome to Diary of a Dev, a little series I've made on my channel just for myself to document my process and my journey working on different startups, with the obvious end goal of building into a massive thing, selling it off, or just seeing how many people I can get on board. So yeah, let's get straight to it and let me explain the startup. Woo! So I've actually been working on this for a couple of months now. I started like around January. And what it is basically a tenancy management system. So imagine you're renting a property, you're renting it under an estate agency. So you have a problem, you want to complain about something, you need some way to get in contact with them. And the reason I started this little software project that I'm working on right now, this little startup, was because I was staying at a flat and I was renting it through the estate agency. And I kept finding myself having to ring them every single time. And it was really, really frustrating. So I thought, you know what, let me make something. Let me make something I can offer to estate agencies so they can use, and I can fix the issue that I was facing. And yeah, that was basically the reason. So what's the tech stack that I'm using right now? So for front end, we've got React. That's the main part of the front end. We've also obviously got the standard Tailwind for the styling. I've got, what else do I have? I can't remember the other ones, but yeah, it's mainly React. For backend, I've got MongoDB as where the database I'm using. I'm using GraphQL. I'm also using REST APIs as well for specific things as well. I've also got Apollo server, obviously, that comes with GraphQL, and I am using TypeScript and JavaScript. Mainly TypeScript, to be fair. I'm using no JavaScript. It's just all TypeScript. I'd say I'm around 20. No, not 20. I'd say I'm around 50 to 60% done with the actual project I've been working on, the software and everything. And I've only got like a couple bits here and there to add the specific features I need to add. And then after that, I'll probably do a massive rewrite. Not a rewrite, a redesign. A big, big redesign. Because right now it's looking very horrific. But I'll show that in a sec right now. But yeah, I guess it's time for me to show you what I've done so far. Whew. So hot, so hot. Had to do a quick change of scenery because the bedroom I was working in was horrifically too hot. So hot. I'm just drenched at this point. This is gonna go in the wash straight away after showing you guys. So let me show what I've got so far. So I actually firstly started by making a landing page. So you can see here, your all-in-one property management solution, easy tenant and property management. Made some quick SketchUps using Figma, just describing the different features here. This would be the property management page. So the property manager would have this dashboard and the tenant would have this dashboard. So you can see here, the menus are a lot different compared to the property manager. And then I've got some messaging features. One thing to note here, is I scrapped a lot of features here. So I scrapped the payment feature and the messenger feature. The reason it was scrapped is because I realized when it comes to payment and handling online banking, especially in the UK where I'm based, there's too many logistics involved basically. Firstly, you need to be authorized to be able to handle finances, and then you got to go to a different company that is connected to different banks that operates with online banking in order to get bank details and statements and everything. This is all just to track if a tenant has paid their bills or not, which for me was just way too long, and it wasn't a feature I cared about that much. The messaging feature, similar to the payment, but mainly because I felt like I was over engineering the software and the web app. I didn't think there was a need for this. Main feature should be, I have an issue, I want to report it. So yeah, after I made this, I made a contact us section. So if I click on contact us, it takes us here, a sign up bit as well. So you fill this in if you're interested in using the product once it's made. So what I did was I made some ads, and I posted on Reddit, I posted on Facebook, just to see what I get. And I was not gonna work on this if I got no responses. So I ended up getting a couple responses, a good amount, around 10 to 20 responses of they would use this product and everything for me to be like, okay, let me develop this. So I got the validation I needed and I just got started and working on it. So let me show you guys the actual product. If you go here, I've got the Make Believe. This is just a rough sketch of login page. So we've got the admin logging and we've got the tenant logging. So let's say I'm an admin, I'm a property manager. I click login. Bam, I've got a welcome. This person's called Tim, but I get logged in. I have details about the property I've added. I've got search, properties, tenants, documents. Right now, none of these work apart from the properties. And then if I want to view this property, I click on edit, and then bam, I am met with the map, details. I'm met with the landlord's name, the property type, which is a house, details about the property here. Half of this is just mock data. And obviously I've got this little graph here to show the repairs. So the way this would work would be if a tenant, let's say you're living in a rented accommodation, you have an issue, you file a repair claim to get whatever you need. Let's say the sink is leaking. I put a repair claim in to fix the sink. And once you've done that, then there should be an entry. So we're in June. So if you did one in June, there would be one entry here for June. So the property manager will be able to see it. To make a property, you just literally click add new property. You fill in the details. You can either go through a map or you can click here and you can fill it in manually. I added this just in case the property you've selected isn't in the actual area, or it's not shown on the map or whatever. But this is actually kind of good. I use quite a strong library. So if I, let's say, search Buckingham, let's say, look, Buckingham Palace, I click on that. It does really cool animation. And I can add landlord details. I can add tenant details. So tenant can be blah, 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 blah. And then let's say the date. Let's say they were born today. Let's just say that. I click add tenant. It adds it there. And then I can select what type I want it to be, the rent, the deposit, and I click add. And then it will add it. So that's the current setup that I have right now. I'm happy with the progress. Like I said before, I'm aware that design needs work. It looks disgusting, but we will get there. For me, that's way down the road. Right now, I want to get the core functionality working, make sure it works fine. And after that, I can focus on the design and here and there. But yeah, that's basically it, what I've got right now for the software. There's a bunch of stuff I want to add. I want to add a tenants page. So you saw in the login bit, you can go and click login tenant, and then that's for where the tenants want to log in. So I really want to work on that bit. I want to work on a feature where we can create a profile for the tenant through the property manager's page. So what I want to do is I want to be able to click view tenants on the view property page. And from there, when I have a list of all tenants, I want a one button feature where I click on a tenant, type in their email, click submit, and it will send an email and activation link for a tenant, and the tenant can have their account set up for them. All they need to do is just set up their password and they're good to go. I also want to add features for handling repairs. Maybe there could be potential features for having an account for landlords or whatever. But at this current moment, handle tenant creation, handling repairs, and do a redesign, handle documents. Once that's all done, I'm gonna straight away go and try to find potential clients. And obviously I'll document that as well, and we'll see what happens. I'm feeling confident. If it doesn't get a lot of interest, I don't really care. I've really enjoyed working on this project. It's brought me a lot of joy, and I don't think I've worked on a project it's not exactly a massive project, but I've always followed tutorials and like full stack tutorials on how to do this and that, and it's just always been me copying someone else doing it. So this is kind of one of the first bigger things I've done on my own and completely on my own. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. One last thing I want to say is I'm not a pro. I'm a software developer. I work from home. I'm a full stack developer. I work with similar stack with my company right now. I'm not a massive pro. I just like making stuff. I like building things, and I want to build something big for myself. I don't see my future in the 9-to-5 world. I want to be bigger than that and do more and more and more. So this is kind of my journey. If you're interested, tag along, come along. But yeah, I'm going to try to get this tenant stuff done and have fun watching me program. Okay, all done. I haven't got the monitor on for this because it was really slowing down my laptop. It's really weird. I was wondering why my laptop was being really slow. It turns out when I connect this HDMI cable so I can program, it just slows down my laptop like crazy. But yeah, let's show the progress. So what we've done is now when you go to the view property page, I've added the feature to be able to add a tenant account. So let me show you. Okay, so right now most of these buttons are just filler buttons. But if I click on view tenant, I can see, oh, I've got a tenant here, right? And this tenant is what I added down here. You can see Byeeeee. So if I go view tenants, so now if I want to create an account, I click create an account. I need to enter an email. So I've got a 10-minute email thing here. Copy that, paste that here, click send email. Email has been sent. And now if I go to here and I wait a little bit, this might take a while, so I'll cut to it if it takes too long. And then bam, after a couple seconds, I think it takes longer because I've got this weird fake email thing, but you can see here, welcome to my tennis case. So if I click on this, whoa, bam, look at it. Get the logo. It's in really weird format. It looks a lot better when you send it to a Gmail account or like a proper email source. But look at this. It gives you the name, your account is finally being created. Click, and now if I click finish setup, it takes me to another page where I have to set the password. So I've set it as hi123, hi123, set, bam, I'm set, send to a tenant login. So then now, if I copy this email that I used, paste it here, and then I do hi123, login, bam, tenant. This is a tenant page. You can see different menus compared to here. So here we had the Tim page, which is the property manager, completely different menus. And the coolest part, now if I go here, it's still like this because it's sent it. But if I go back and I go back to the property and I open the tenant, bam, account has been created. And if I go here and I go on my database and I search -1 because I want to sort by emails, you can see here Byeeeee is set. It has a password. He even has I've created a property called has account, so that's set to true, and it's also set an email property as well. Because if you compare this to a dummy one, so a non-activated tenant, this is what they look like: first name, last name, age, date of birth, the property that they're linked to, and then that's it. But when you actually are registered, you have a password field, you have an account, has an account field, you have an email field. But yeah, that's it. So obviously very, very happy with the progress right now. Big steps towards the final product. But that was pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, I'll be back with the episode 2. Peace.